All right, so inside of here, I have a bunch of images I've uploaded, anything from an AI reference to my own original sketches. So last year I had a video using the VR headset, get over 1 million views on Instagram, and the number one question that I hear from everybody is how to get images from your computer to your headset. Because I know for me personally, that was the most frustrating thing when I first got the headset because it's storming right now. So we're gonna get through this still, who cares? Because all I wanted to do was use this thing to replace a projector. I'm gonna show you the app that you need to download. I'm gonna show you Contour and Gravity Sketch, the two applications that you can project these images to sketch with, and why I like both of them and the reasons why. And if there's anything else I need to tell you, I'll tell you. So let's get into it before this storm just knocks out power. All right, before we do anything, you have to download SideQuest. Here's the site. I know it looks a little weird, but I have the link in the comment section of this video. So go ahead and download SideQuest. You're going to go to Get SideQuest right there in the left sidebar. Scroll down until you see Download for Mac. Go ahead and click that. And go ahead. I'm going to assume you're all big boys and girls and you can download and install SideQuest. So once you get this installed, we're going to connect your MetaQuest. Oh, yeah. Bam. We're going to connect it to your computer. Grab your giant USB-C cord. I have the Oculus cord here. I'm going to plug it right into the side of the headset there. All right. And then plug the other end of this thing into your computer. All right, so once you get SideQuest downloaded, you'll see this little icon here. Click it, open it up, and you're going to connect your HeadQuest like we just did to your computer with that USB-C cord. And if it's not detected, you're going to see this alert right here. It says red or green. If it's not detected, go ahead and shut your MetaQuest off or make sure that it's turned on, and then it'll turn green. Mine is not connected, so let's go ahead and troubleshoot it together. Let's see if it's turned on. The green light is on. So I thought it was on and ready to connect, but let's go ahead and hit that and let's see if it connects. Boom. All right, cool. So if you see this, now it's green. This site is a bit overwhelming, but if you follow my cursor here, we're going to go to Manage Files on Headset. All right. Next, we're going to go to Android. Next, Data. Now here are the files of your apps, like Contour and Gravity Sketch. Those are the two that we're going to go over right now. So Contour first, Files, boom. All you got to do is drag your file in there. Let's go ahead and drag a file. It's current projects. So, oh yeah, the thing about Contour is you actually have to have your files sized, I think, by 1024, 1024. But all right, here we go. Here's the Gator. I'm going to go ahead and drag this on there. And you're going to see transfer complete. Boom. Success. That's how you know your file's actually on the headset. I can't talk today. So again, starting from home, your Oculus is connected. You're going to go to the folder that says Manage Files on Headset. You're going to click Android once. You're going to click Data folder once. And then this is where all of your application folders live. So Contour, Gravity Sketch. We just did Contour, so let's go ahead and do Gravity Sketch. And then I'm going to go to Files, Gravity Sketch, Import Library. Gravity Sketch does not have a specific format that you have to have your files in a specific size. So you can go ahead and dump whatever files you want into there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this. Boom. We're going to do a Jaguar face. And again, you'll see transfer complete. All right. So the only thing left to do is to disconnect your headset, put it on, open up Contour and Gravity Sketch, download those apps if you haven't already, and I'll meet you in the metaverse. Let's go. All right, here we are in the metaverse in my office. We're going to open up the HeadQuest menu, and these are the two applications that we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and jump into Contour. I've already set up my room scale and boundary, so it should open up to the main menu. I want to move this. How do we do? There we go. Using that side trigger, I'm going to move the menu here, and I'm going to choose my artwork. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Number one, create a square transparent PNG. It doesn't have to be transparent. It doesn't have to be a PNG, but it does have to be square and 1024, 1024 or above. So if not, it skews your artwork. So let's get right into it. Let's go to artwork. Next. Oh, artwork. There we go. All right, so inside of here, I have a bunch of images I've uploaded, anything from an AI reference to my own original sketches. So I'm going to go back to that jaguar face that we uploaded earlier because I want to have that as a mural here on the wall. So next, I'm going to select Quest 3 Pro because that's how we're going to actually lay this image against the surface of this wall. So I'm going to hit pin, that A button. It's going to give me this grid. That is going to lock it to the surface. It's going to stick my image to it. So hit next, and this is where we're going to do scale. You'll be able to scale this by hitting the side triggers and pulling the image open. Draw. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. So if we're actually going to draw this, I want to drop the opacity. So we're going to use this toggle switch to drop the opacity on this image. And there you have it. Now you can use whatever you use to sketch out your line work. And what I like about Contour is that it actually locks the image on the wall pretty well. So I can go over here, do a couple things, and then come back, and it is still locked right where I needed it to be locked to. All right. So if you want to change your artwork, go back to artwork. You can change your artwork. It stays locked on the same position. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the meta button. We're going to exit out of here. We're going to quit. I'm going to go into our applications. Now let's do Gravity Sketch. So we're going to pull in some of the images that we uploaded into the Gravity Sketch folder earlier. And Gravity Sketch is a bit immersive. I'm going to show you how you can exit this and actually use this application to put your image on a wall. So we're just going to go ahead and go to New Sketch. Now, it can be weird because you're in this immersive environment, but using this trigger on your right hand, hold your controller up to your face until you see this purple outline right here. Click it and pull it off. Yep, that's pretty cool. You can remove your goggles, and if you want to put them back on, just use that same trigger. Hold your controller back up and act like you put your goggles back on. But for the purpose of this, we are going to take the goggles off. Next on Gravity Sketch, you're going to hit that blue menu bar, import image. You're going to want to make sure you hit local storage, and we're going to go to that import library folder that we had previously. Let's go ahead and go to that same jaguar image that I have in here. So all you have to do is go in here and use your side trigger to place it. Now, the thing I like about Gravity Sketch is this is way more free form of how you deal with the image. If you want to change the opacity on this thing, you want to go to your layers and just drop the opacity on it right there. Okay, this is a little different, but if you treat it the same way as Contour by grabbing it and holding. But if you look, this image isn't exactly on the surface. That's the frustrating part about Gravity Sketch. It doesn't have a surface lock. So to get around that, you want to go to the selection. Now this is going to allow you to do some rotating along certain axes. So it'll let you rotate it, undo. It'll let you pull it out along certain planes. So say you just wanted to move it along this plane. But we need to rotate it to actually be flat against the wall. All right, and then you can use this as your template to sketch on. Now, overall, I recommend Contour if you're looking to trace something professionally. But let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and subscribe if you found this helpful, and happy creating.